Good morning, and welcome to this meditation specifically designed for ADHD brains facing that familiar morning struggle. I know you're here because getting started with your day feels like trying to push a boulder uphill while your brain is still buffering at 5%. That's executive dysfunction, and today we're going to work with it, not against it. First things first, wherever you are right now is perfect. Still in bed? That's fine. Sitting at your kitchen table, staring at your coffee? Perfect. Standing in your bathroom, avoiding looking at yourself in the mirror because that might start a whole spiral? I get it. And you're in the right place. This meditation doesn't require you to be in any special position or state of mind. Come as you are, brain fog and all. Let's start by acknowledging something important. That heavy feeling, like your body is made of concrete and your thoughts are moving through molasses, that's not laziness. It's not a character flaw. It's your ADHD brain struggling to produce enough dopamine and norepinephrine to kickstart your executive functions. You're not broken. Your brain just needs a different kind of ignition sequence than neurotypical brains. And that's what we're going to create together right now. Take a breath with me. Not a special breath. Not a deep breath, if that feels like too much work. Just a conscious breath. Notice it happening. There you go. You just did something intentional. That's the first victory of the day, and we're going to build on it. Now, I want you to try something different. Instead of fighting the fog, let's acknowledge it, like an annoying roommate who's overstayed their welcome. Hey, fog, I see you there, making everything feel impossible. You're not permanent, you're just visiting. And while you're here, we're going to work around you. Let's bring some gentle movement into your body. If you're lying down, wiggle your toes. Just a little. Notice how they respond immediately to your command. That's your nervous system working perfectly. Now your fingers. Drum them lightly on whatever surface is nearby. This isn't about exercise or waking up your body in some dramatic way. This is about creating little bridges between your intention and action. Each tiny movement is proof that you can do things, even when your executive function is offline. Here's what's happening in your brain right now. These small movements are activating your motor cortex, which has a direct line to your prefrontal cortex, where executive function lives. We're literally backdooring our way into functionality. You're hacking your own brain, and you didn't even have to get out of bed yet. Let's add another layer. Think of one thing you need to do today. Not your whole list, not the most important thing, just one thing that floated into your awareness. Maybe it's brushing your teeth. Maybe it's sending that text. Maybe it's just standing up. Hold that one thing lightly in your mind. Don't judge it. Don't analyze whether it's the right thing to focus on. Your ADHD brain picked it, so we're going with it. Now, instead of thinking about doing this thing, which probably feels overwhelming, we're going to think about the very first micro step. If it's brushing your teeth, the first step isn't going to the bathroom. It's even smaller. It's the intention to move your body. That's it. You don't have to move yet. Just feel the intention, like a tiny pilot light flickering in your brain. This is important, so stay with me here. Executive dysfunction makes everything feel equally impossible and equally urgent at the same time. It's like all the doors in your brain are both locked and on fire simultaneously. So we're not going to try to solve everything. We're going to find one door that's slightly less locked than the others and gently lean on it. Breathe again. Notice that breathing is happening without you having to execute it. Your body is taking care of you even when your executive function is offline. You're not failing at being human. You're actually doing it perfectly right now. Let's try something I call the ADHD morning menu. Instead of a to-do list, which probably makes you want to crawl back under the covers, imagine you're looking at a menu of possibilities. No obligations, just options. On this menu, you might see drink water, look out the window, put feet on floor, check phone, avoid phone, stretch one arm, exist for 5 more minutes. All valid options, all equally acceptable. Pick one thing from your mental menu that feels doable. Not important, not productive, just doable. The bar is so low it's basically on the floor. That's on purpose. Your executive dysfunction is telling you that you need to leap tall buildings, but actually, you just need to shift 1 millimeter in any direction to break the paralysis. Here's a secret about ADHD brains that nobody talks about enough. Once you're in motion, even tiny motion, momentum becomes possible. Not guaranteed, but possible. It's like your brain is an old car on a cold morning. It doesn't want to start. It makes concerning noises. But once it's running, it might take you places. We're just trying to turn the key right now. Feel your body in space. Are you horizontal? Vertical? Somewhere in between? Without changing position, just notice it. This is called proprioception, and it's one of the executive functions that actually works pretty well in ADHD brains. You always know where your body is in space. That's functioning. You're already doing executive function things without trying. Now, let's play with time perception, which I know is probably wonky for you right now. Instead of thinking about the whole day ahead, which is overwhelming, or the next hour, which might as well be next year, let's think about the next 30 seconds. That's it. The next 30 seconds of your life. What could you do in 30 seconds that would be slightly different from what you're doing now? Maybe it's opening your eyes if they're closed. Maybe it's closing them if they're open. Maybe it's taking a sip of water. Maybe it's just deciding to decide something later. The beauty of executive dysfunction is that it lies to you. It tells you that everything is equally hard, but that's not true. Some things are actually easy. They're just wearing disguises. Blinking is easy. Breathing is easy. Existing is easy. You're doing all of them right now without any executive function at all. Let's create what I call an action bridge. Think of that one task you identified earlier. Now, instead of doing it, we're going to imagine someone else doing it. Picture someone, anyone, moving through the steps. Watch them in your mind like you're watching a very boring YouTube tutorial. They're brushing their teeth, sending that text, standing up, whatever it is. Notice how easy it looks when someone else does it. That's because the hardest part isn't the doing, it's the starting. And starting isn't actually one big thing. It's a bunch of tiny things wearing a trench coat pretending to be one big thing. Your brain is starting to come online now. I can tell because you've been following along with these words, processing language, creating mental images. That's complex cognitive function happening right there. Your executive dysfunction wants you to think you're not capable of anything, but you're literally comprehending abstract concepts right now. That's huge. Here's what I want you to remember as this meditation ends and you face your day. Executive dysfunction is not a wall, it's more like a fog. You can't break through fog, but you can move through it slowly. You can't see the whole path, but you can see the next step. And sometimes, the fog lifts suddenly for no reason at all, and you get a burst of clarity and capability. Be ready for it, but don't wait for it. Your ADHD brain is not a neurotypical brain having a bad day. It's a different operating system entirely. Stop trying to run Windows programs on your Mac brain. You need different strategies, different expectations, and definitely different morning routines. What you're doing right now, showing up for yourself even in the fog, that's actually heroic. It's harder for you to start your day than it is for most people to run a marathon. Give yourself credit for that. As we finish, I want you to set one micro-intention for the next few minutes. Not a goal, not a task, just an intention. Maybe it's to keep your eyes open. Maybe it's to notice 3 sounds. Maybe it's to complain out loud about how hard mornings are. All valid. All count as doing something. Remember, executive dysfunction is temporary, even when it feels permanent. It's a state, not a trait. You're not broken, you're buffering. You're not lazy, you're loading. And sometimes, loading takes longer than we'd like. But that doesn't mean the program won't eventually run. Take one more conscious breath. Notice that you made it through this entire meditation. You sustained attention for 10 whole minutes. Your executive dysfunction told you that you couldn't do anything, but you just did something. You're already proving it wrong. Now, whether you spring into action or need another hour to buffer, you've already won the first battle of the day. You showed up, you tried something, you existed through the hard part. Everything else is bonus points. Welcome to your morning. It's not perfect, but it's yours, and you're exactly where you need to be.